Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Hello, hello, everybody. Hi. I don't know if y'all connected to my headphones. Probably so. There we go. Hi, y'all. Hola, hola. Good afternoon and evening, everybody. Just, I don't know where everybody is, so we gonna say that. Ooh, happy Friday. Hey, y'all. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Uh-oh. Good morning. Hello. This ain't right. It ain't right. The screen is black. Huh? I can see y'all coming in. The screen is black? Can we get started before they be blocking us? Go out and come back in, see. Good morning. Good morning, Isabel. Good morning. Hey, Buddha Biscuits. Listen. Did it... Am I black to y'all? I mean, is the screen black? Good morning. I had to go out and come back in because I couldn't see when I typed. Okay. Well, y'all know they playing. Okay. Oh, okay. So they just playing with whoever they want to play with. Got it. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to tell y'all how I know they on some BS to my iPhone users. Look here. You see it? It won't work. My daughter said, Mom, hold the thing. I said, listen, I know what to do. I have two other. These were bought at the same time. They're working. This one, nothing. I can't even get in here. I said, what? Well, that's interesting. It's connected to these. What? Yours has been doing that too? I can't slide if I hold it down. I can't slide the thing across to restart it or nothing. I don't know what that means. I'm not an iPhone person. Yeah. So we was gonna be able to use that. I got my computer, but it's not plugged up, so we gonna see how this go. Yeah, I thought that was odd. Cause these two came at the same time, baby. It won't like let me put nothing on here. Do you hear me? Like the screen don't even work. Good morning, Auntie. You see this? I don't know what that means. I have no idea. It won't let me type nothing if I hold this down and get it to the look. See, right here. There we go. Look, nothing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm not about to go get that computer because it'll have to charge. It ain't charged. So I'll be reading that in my book. That's what I'll be doing. I have the book. I was just gonna try to read those sacred texts. I did. And it's still not doing anything. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Is there a protective cover on the screen? There is, Auntie, but it's been on there the whole time. I don't. This is the one I use for what's the name? It ain't. Well, if you know your niece, I got to have a protective cover on it. Take it off. I don't know if that's safe, but I'll do it. Is that gonna help? Uh, can that affect something? Cause it's had the same. Sometimes over time it will do that to the screen, replace the cover. Okay, well let's take it out and see. Cause honey, I don't know. Auntie, this thing ain't been out the case since I got it. Y'all know how clumsy I am with stuff. Baby, everything got an OtterBox on it. or out of box version. Okay, let's see if we can get this out of here. See if that helps. Ooh, static electricity. Well, it's nice and shiny. Auntie, look. Now, is that case gonna go back out here? Because I can't let this just be free. It won't look like this. You see it? It's not letting me type nothing. But this is nice and pretty. Interesting. Will this go back on? Or is this it? Oh, okay, good. Good. Because I don't want to mess this up. I did pretty good with this. I'm excited. Yeah, something's going on with my devices. All of them. Could be the people. I'll have to work out the stuff later. Good morning. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm just gonna put it back here and I'll figure it out at some point in time. My daughter told me, she said, I think you've had it too long, Mom. How long have you had it? I said 4 years. She was like, yeah, Apple does stuff to slow it down and make it not work, so you have to buy a new product. Oh. Well, they must not know what type of person I am, because I use stuff until it can't work no more. Period. Do you hear me? It's going to be, it'll be there as something for the kids to play with, I guess. I don't know. Because that ain't it. You said you might have to wait until it dies on its own. My iPhone 11 did that 2 times in 1 week. It was dead. I just charged it up today. Just put it on the charger as soon as I figured out what I was going to study. It's been dead. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. Listen. It served its purpose. Okay. I did that, Auntie. Everything y'all telling me to do, listen, it's going to be there. It'll be, them kids can play with it when they come. I am not about to worry about it. I promise you I'm not. No. So, okay. I love y'all. Hopefully y'all had a good evening last night. I did. I was able to vacuum. And y'all want to see this soap I made? Let me tell y'all. I was able to get the last. I'm trying to knock out all my little projects so I can stop feeling overwhelmed, because that's what's been going on. So I'll start a project and then go finish. But I did finish these. I'm excited about it. They have to finish curing. Right? Don't that look like some candy? They're like lemon and strawberry. Right? I gotta cut these little pieces off and whatnot. But y'all see that? Pretty cute, huh? And this one. Right? And then I made these. I just like how they look like lemonade. Or Starburst sandwich. Right. Because they're lemon and strawberry. They're really mild though compared to my other ones. But I thought those were. You said I'm making some sweet potato pies. I promised the pantry worker that I would make them some pies since they gave me a case of sweet potatoes. That part, Auntie. That part. So you up baking. What's really weird is I just got off. That's crazy. Let me turn this down because she be talking loud. Watch this. Hi. I'm live. I'm gonna put you on speaker just real quick. Can you tell them what I just told you might be a good thing for you to do just now? You remember yeah, hold on, but I'm gonna put it on speaker. Hold on. What hold on. What did I say you should be doing? Start baking. Oh, okay. I love you. I'm gonna talk to you later. Okay. Just confirmation just came into class. We ain't even been in here 11 minutes. So I love you. Love you too. Bye. Bye. Auntie, I just got off the phone with my daughter and I was like, you need to start baking. I got off the phone with her. Prior to that, we was on the phone from, well, let me look at this thing and see. Oh, I called her. I think I called her on my iPad. I did. Anyway, we just got off the phone. It ain't been more than 15 minutes. We just got off the phone and I told her, hey, you need to start baking. All that baking stuff at your house, you need to start baking. You said they look like big wafer cookies from back in the day. Listen. You said, I know it's smelling good over there, Auntie house. I know it is. It's so crazy how our lives just be. I don't care what day. It's very weird. Sometimes, just a little bit. It don't be spooky to y'all just a little bit. Huh? This how I feel when I be at y'all house. Because it's starting to get more and more every day that we get on here. And whatever I just being talked about in my conversation before I get online, or it's that's a little weird. It's good, but it's spooky. Very. Every day. The cantaloupe are so sweet. I bet they are. You said, listen. You said, and your house too, sister. Oh, so this how y'all be feeling. All right. Okay. I see. Now I see why folks used to run away, because I just got off the phone talking to her about this. That is crazy. That is crazy. Ooh, okay. So, you said that's just our fathers, genes in tune with each other. Oh, okay. So we can be on one accord, right? Send up a prayer for me, my uncle and his girlfriend. We got into a car accident yesterday. Everyone is fine. We're just really sore. You was in a car accident too? Jesus, we definitely will. Get you some Epsom salt, girl. And thank God y'all okay. Be careful. Ooh, get you some Epsom salt, girl. Like ASAP. I'd be soaking about every 2 hours if I could. I'm definitely happy you're okay. I met up with Mari yesterday and gave him cantaloupe, sweet potatoes, and navel oranges. And those oranges are so sweet. Okay. Y'all gonna make some candy? Like from over there, Auntie? From the Mediterranean? Ancient Mesopotamia, how they made the orange and the lemon candies with the sugar and all of that, if they already sweet. Yeah, definitely be soaking, girl. I'm happy y'all, right? That's crazy, because I had a really, really crazy dream last night, and I woke up. It's not good, but you said I have some, the car ran the stop sign, and we hit them. Wow. Wow. Well, listen. You know what? Everything happened for a reason. I know that sounds crazy, but everything, every single thing, as crazy as it sounds, right? You said it was given walking unalive. Your dream was? Listen. My dream, it was two heavy set palm color folks, and they was up in my house just taking all kinds of stuff. But in a dream, my kids was little. My two youngest girls was little. And I was like, why are y'all letting them take all of this stuff out of our house? I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, they just, so I didn't went down to their house, baby, and I'm tussling with them. And the man then pulled out a revolver and showed it to me, and that didn't stop me. I was like, if y'all don't give me my stuff, then they had my phone. They had a whole bunch of phones. And I'm looking for my phone. They had my phone. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all can't just be stealing people's stuff. Like, it's like they had filled their whole little van up and was taking I said, what is going on here? But my kids were not grown. My kids were like back to like 7, 8 years old. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, it was real weird. Listen, you said so funny. Mari said he was going to make candy. I didn't know that. But if they sweet, that's exactly what I would do. You said it now, my iPad don't work. Yeah, it was weird. You said, oh, my auntie, I had a dream like that. 2 people were in my backyard stealing eggs from my coop. Listen, I had a dream the other day about someone stealing my phone and my purse with all my information in it. I'm trying to tell you, baby, because they had all my, I'm like, wait, what is going on here? Baby. And I woke up cussing. Lord, forgive me. I said, God, I don't know where that came from. Literally. That's what woke me up. I was tussling with them about my phone. Like, what? I got up and said, God, I don't want to do that, baby. But I called her one of them names and did. I was snatching my phone back from her like, girl, did. Some people about to get their stuff back that was stolen. I don't know. I don't know what that was, but baby, I don't have time. He said, I had a dream that I was in the grocery store and the checkers ran after me when I left the store saying I stole them. Oh. You said they took my receipt from the bag. I don't know. I just know it was real weird and I was very angry. I had to get up and pray like, God, hey, I don't want to be dreaming about why. I don't know, because I don't want nobody in my house anyway, but that's why I don't too. Because people got sticky fingers, baby. They see something they like and they think, oh, I like this, so I should have it. No, you don't need your fingers. You do not need them. You said the Most High is telling us to watch the things that He gives us because the devil is trying to take it. Well, I don't know about that. I don't put no, because I could have just dreamed about what somebody else was going through. So I don't know for sure. I don't claim to know just yet. He hasn't revealed it to me. I don't know what that means. I wrote it down, though. I had a dream about somebody taking something in my dream. I had it last year, but I remember it strong because of how it made me feel when I was sleeping. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know, but hopefully he'll make it make sense. Yeah, because, baby, I was ready to go ham. Like, well, I was going ham, and I'm looking at my kids like, why is y'all letting these people just take this stuff out of my house? What is wrong with you? But they was little, so they couldn't really do nothing because the people was big. Like, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I do want to talk to y'all about something, and everybody is grown, so I can't tell you what to do. But can I give you Yeah, you said, yep, in my dream was some time ago, but it was strange because it was the audacity for me. Girl, yeah, they was walking up in there like they was shot. Girl, I don't even want to talk about it no more because I prayed so that I can have peace. I just want to tell y'all. My cousin came in town yesterday for the funeral, and she all in my stuff. Took her some laundry detergent and disinfectants, and I told her, leave my stuff alone. Because baby was just helping her. Girl, this. Just helping they sell. And I'm like, girl, just carrying it out in front of me. And I'm looking at my kids like, what is wrong with y'all? Do not let nobody come in. Okay. Because, baby, baby, listen. And that's why I don't want nobody in my house, honey. See. Look. No. No. Listen, you said a neighbor stopped them? Wait, what you miss? Who? A neighbor's tattoo, auntie? I think they... I was like, God, this is why I don't want to be around folks and they got jobs but want my stuff. Girl, I already told you about them kind of folks. You said, wow, that's why nobody can come to my house. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. You got... It don't matter what I got. You said it. I got it. You spend your money on what you want to spend your money on, and I spend my money on what I want to spend my money on. And what we want to spend our money on is not the same things. But just because you don't decide to spend your money on it, don't mean I'm supposed to give you mine. What? Mm-mm. I told you when it wasn't no soap and all of that stuff during 2020, that ex-husband of mine was, oh, they ain't got none. I said, what that got to do with me? I've been asking everybody, let's come over here and have these coupon parties. I told everybody go get the papers and we'll sit here on a Monday or a Sunday and sit down. Didn't nobody want to go couponing, but so then why should they have access to my coupon things? Because I had to take almost 15 hours out of my 2 days, 7 hours on Sunday and 7 hours on Monday to clip and cut and do and what? No, no, no. Similar dream, but the word that stood out more was like lemonade in my dream. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what that would mean. You said, right, they want me to do all the work. And they just get it from me. Say I learn like I learn, but they talking about I don't have time for all that. That's crazy to me. Yep. Yep. Messed up and you was willingly... Listen. Mm-mm. Listen. That's crazy. Mm-mm. No. 5 wise and 5 foolish. Please believe that. Do y'all see that now more and more every day? Huh? Do you see it more and more every day? Why I used to say, are you going to be a 5 wise or are you going to be a 5 foolish? And the 5 foolish, we talked about that story a lot because it is now happening to you. Is it not? There are people that were not wise and did not get enough things for the trip. And now they are telling you, hey, we're family. We're on this trip together. You need to give me some of your oil. But the trip just started. We've been packing for the trip for the last 4 years, but the trip has started. Do you see the temperament of the person that is in power right now? What do y'all think is about to happen when this man goes to Fed Now in July? Tell me what you think is going to happen. Just speculation. With the temperament that this man has, hey, you say, yes, we are the wise, and the foolish think they have access to our stuff. Exactly. Missing money from people. What else? What else? And some letting those demons control them to take what you got, not because they need it, but because they don't want you to have it or be sure. Come on. You said all hell is going to break loose. More control and lock your house down. Limited to get anything. Okay. I'm saying how this man is, He's already said, well, I'm just not going to get funding here, and I'm just going to cut off money to there. And these people that don't agree, won't be able to access certain things. So he's already told you they won't get any federal funding, right? He said these words, federal funding. And now, July 1st, we're going to Fed Now payment system where all of our digital payments have to go through Fed Now. Anyone that has said anything about or he doesn't like, he's going to shut off their money. Come on, Auntie. You said Medicaid process and application changing in 2027. Listen, okay. People paperwork that didn't have an expiration date on it has an expiration date. Listen, you said the food supply is shrinking right now. Well, I'm sure y'all seen it because I tried to repost it, but I know they're hiding my stuff, so there's that. In the United States, you need to get your PSA for all women in the United States. You need to get your passport tomorrow. Literally go online and make an appointment tomorrow and go get your passports. Every single woman in the U.S. should have their passport. Today, the House passed the SAVE Act, which... This was yesterday. This was yesterday. Okay? This was yesterday, not today. This was yesterday. It is essentially a voter suppression act. They are requiring proof of citizenship in order to vote, and the real ID is not proof of citizenship. There's about to be a bunch of misinformation about how it is probably enough to vote, but it is not. You can look this up. The real ID does not prove citizenship, so you need birth certificate and do you all remember that video that I posted a long time ago and I said, why would this ID that I have not be valid? This was in 2019 or 2017. I think it was 2017. 2017, I believe. The video where I had the yellow on. Did not, but we talked about this, Mari. I told y'all, I said, they're just going to say that it's not a valid form of ID, and this is why we're going to have to put it in your hand to prove that it's you to receive the benefits. If it's you shopping, it's going to cut down on fraud and so forth and so on. We talked about this several times. It is now happening. Looky. Driver's license, but the names have to match on those, and if those don't match, then you need to also provide your marriage certificate. But they're saying that if you provide those three documents at the polls, they can refuse you because those documents. I just seen a black man being sentenced to federal prison for making TikToks about unaliving the president. Interesting. Easily doctored. I'm so over people who act like they're listening and only buying things they want and not the things they need. Has to get their passport. Auntie, they gave ID to illegals in some states. That's why it doesn't prove citizenship. That's not why. That is not. I love you, Dusty, but that ain't why, baby. We've been talking about if you was gonna be a world citizen for 4 years. It's not about being a United States citizen, or else this wouldn't be happening everywhere. It's about being a world citizen. No, that's what this is about. This is about being a world citizen and being a part of the global community. And we talked about this. Yeah. You have to prove that you're a global citizen. You said a lot of people think it's still a game. Yeah, they gotta wake up. They do. I was in the ER. You have to show your real ID or passport. You were in the ER and you have to show your real ID or passport in the hospital. Anybody remember a distant thunder? Anybody remember A Thief in the Night when that girl was crying and she was like, my baby. And they said, ain't nothing wrong with your baby. Take the mark and your baby will eat. Your baby is not sick. Do you see it? You said, you know I do. Oh. And so you just told me, huh? You said that's why I have advised everyone to have the long form of the birth certificate. I got a birth certificate card too. I have that. My daughter's father is in the hospital right now, and they turned us around because we didn't have that ID. Interesting. You said that's just they're requiring you to provide vital statistic documents to get the state issued ID. What the hell? Interesting. Auntie! Okay, y'all, just if you can, not if you're driving, but if you're not driving and you're in a place, not working any machine, can you raise your hands if the Lord told us just put your hands up. Just put your hands up. He literally told us this step by step. Hello. Did he not? Step by step by step. He's also canceling the flights and whatnot. We talked about getting stuck somewhere on that airport several times. And how they saying passports are getting canceled. Come on. By our government that are valid. Right. Do you guys remember us back in 22? And I'm just saying this because I want y'all to remember. In 22, when we first started this, I said they are not putting that fence around America to keep people out. I said they are putting it around America to keep people in. Do y'all remember this? I said, please don't be okay with what they are doing to the immigrant people because they are running the test, Auntie, for us to make sure. And people would laugh at me when we first got. I said, okay, you're going to see. Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay. What they doing right now? They locking up American citizens. Hello? Everything that God told us about what we needed to watch for in 22 and 23, about how things were going to go, that part, under the dome. Come on. Everything is happening. It is happening. It's happening. We are in the thick of it. We are. You said that's why you told us to get extra med and supplies. God was warning us about everything, y'all. It's not one thing that he did not warn us about. It's mind-blowing. How many of you... It was not a coincidence he told us to start making as many things as we could from scratch. And now everything is bad. We bought pills to make cheese, rented pills. Now they talk about the dairy, this and that. The cheese ain't no good. I mean, you go down the list of things that he warned us about, and it's all here. I have an iPhone 30 Pro Max. This is the last phone I'm buying. You're not buying no more me. That part. If I'm being honest, I'm grateful and nervous at the same time. Yeah, because it's happening. 100%. That's why I've been trying to just be in the peace while I can. I've been trying to just be in here in the quiet. Yep. Because we don't know the wailing. We have not had to really hear that. Like in other countries where you just hear multiple mothers and fathers wailing their children or their family members or children. We have not experienced that. But I believe in my heart that shortly we will understand all what we, all I hear on my body saying, all what we have watched on TV, right? From the safety of the United States. I don't know that we're going to keep seeing that. And it's creeping up closer and closer. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now think about this. The scripture where it says that mothers were going to run up into the hills after just giving birth and eat their babies, is that not what's happening with the EpiPen situation? That's already being fulfilled, that there are women that go to the Hollywood Hills and these high places in Utah and the mountains of Mexico, and they are giving birth to their children and eating them. You said IDF just said an attack will come here. Watch yourself. Listen. Okay. Them people is tired of being pushed around. And we got too many open spots because we greedy. America. Whoever gonna give us, I told y'all, whoever give us the most money, that's who we lay in the bed with. Huh? It's a real thing. It don't matter what the circumstance is, the character of the people or nothing. Excuse me. Do it. As we can see. Because America is now in the bed with people that hate us. But because they got the bread, we overlooking stuff. Hello. Oh, say it again, Mari. What? The H of Babylon? The garden tool of Babylon? You said, and we're not even in the end time prophecy, so we will crash. Well, we listen. You said, and I'm not going to losses. Can we really look at it when people go to take a trip to Mexico, whether you're a tourist or actually a citizen? There's unenlivening always happening there. Yeah, but I get it. Okay. I'm just saying there's. If y'all remember what happened before the flood, and I'm going to just keep saying that, God allowed spirits to be released that caused people to go against each other. Okay? All of them. But also, I mean, y'all don't think God is tired? After all of this coming out, and what's coming out is the very minimal. It's the minimum, right? We barely. These is the people they let, the peons that they exposing, that want to be a part of the group, but really ain't a part of the group. But they always, everybody that's being exposed is the peons of the. Okay. Exactly. You said, and he's sick and tired of being sick and tired. I mean, do you see why his wrath is going to burn here? You see it? You see why there's no more washing it? He was like, I want everything obliterated, burned to where you can't recognize anything because I don't want any particles of sin left. He tried to wash it out. Not tried, he knew it was going to happen because it was fire. But do you understand? It's like if you get a cut, like a bad synthetic wig drenched in gasoline and shredded paper. You petty party. Right. Can't even begin to fathom what's coming next. Think about it. If you have an open wound, right? Especially if you out in the wild or whatever, and you don't have a lot of medical tools, you have to find a way to clean it. So you have to rinse it, right? And then if you don't have anything to tie off, you have to then burn that wound so it'll start to scab over, right? Pinch it together and try to burn it so that it stays together, so that it starts to scab over. Am I right? You have to burn it. And then that scab starts to form so that whatever is under there can heal. The earth is sick. The earth is sick. And the sickness has gotten deep down into the soil and into the core. Huh? No. Where was a lot of these kids held at? In the subterranean, the part of what we thought. Hmm. They got whole cities in the subterranean earth, right? With trains and buildings and cars and all kinds of stuff. Ain't that the subterranean? Like, isn't that what that is? Subterranean? It's below us, right? In the earth, not just on the earth, right? Cause last time he flooded the what's the name? The surface. This time he's going to crack it open, and whatever people thought that they were hiding in the dark, in the rocks and in the mountains deep below, it's gonna open up. But they gonna be trying to run up out of there because the fire is going to come up and down, just like the water came up and down. So they could just be locking themselves in a skillet, or think about a what you call it, like the cast iron. You know how you take it and you put that in there, but you got the cast iron lid and you put that in the oven, almost like that. Because those stones are going to heat up. Because nothing that man can build is going to escape God's judgment. Because the earth is going to burn. So what are you? The earthquakes, pressure cooker style. Come on. The earthquakes are going to, so if you don't get cooked down in the ground, then you might be smushed. Because how dare you think that you can go like a brick oven, come on, and cause all this hell and create all these monsters and all of this, and then you going to hide your hand in your body. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. I'll be right back. I do want to show y'all something that because I don't know. We're supposed to be talking about We gonna talk about it. So you said, oh, so you telling those bunkers are going to be oven graves for the people who will get stuck in them underground? Yeah. Because think about it. Who got the money to build these multi-billion-dollar bunkers? The peoples. Who's starting all the hell that's going on the earth? The peoples. So that's probably why he's going to break the earth open like an egg. They closer to the heat down there. What you gonna do if lava start boiling up around you and you in one of them caves and it take you a long... Think about this. If this is gonna be equivalent to the flood with fire, think about the force of gravity and the force of power that it took to crack the one piece of earth right into 7 pieces. It's the water did that. So think about fire shooting up with that same pressure but extreme heat. What? Cause it's gonna be the equivalent of the flood, just fire. So he is giving us an inkling of what it's gonna look like when we see magma coming out the mountains. And y'all know when they put them cameras deep down in them things and they up, you can see that magma bubbling up and just bubbling and flipping over and right. Now mind you, think about this, y'all. It says that hellfire or the lake of fire is hotter than any fire on earth. Ain't magma the hottest fire? That'll melt you, like disintegrate your whole body, will it not? Like acid. Right? Bone and everything be gone. Or am I tripping? If you fall into some magma, okay. So just think if you in one of them bunkers And the force is shooting up to, where do you run from that? And you're 20 stories below Earth's surface. I don't know how many minutes in the elevator it takes to get from 100 stories in the earth or wherever them cities is up to, and then 9 times out of 10 you're just not coming out right to the surface. You probably got a cave like tube thing you got to go through to get out. Tires melting. He said it ain't gonna be nowhere to run, so I mean, just imagine fissures opening and lava coming out of them. Come on, Mari. You hear me? Just imagine it just not being an earthquake, but an earthquake, and when the ground opens up, there is nothing but lava at the bottom of that fissure. Imagine passing away like that and then having to go straight into eternity and be sent to a fire even hotter. I don't want to. Like my grandbaby say, no thank you, I don't want to. You said you would die before you get to the surface. Well, I don't know, because the Bible says that at that time when that stuff is happening, he gonna take death from the spirit of the spirit of death from the earth. Maybe not. Okay. Because at that time, the spirit of death, from what I understand, is gonna be like removed for certain beings. So, right. Right. That's how we gonna have the walking dead, like Mari said. The folks that's dead, but they not dead. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So anyway, two things. In Old Testament Supragrapha, More Non-Canonical Scriptures, Book 1. This is the small bit of advice that I wanted to give to some people. If you got this Old Testament Supragrapha, Book 1, can I give y'all just a little bit of advice? Everybody grown, you're going to do what you want to do. But can I give you a little bit of advice? Them Balenciaga outfits gonna be boiled and flamed up. Come on, Mari. Is. Can I? Okay. Can you give me the definition of a mancy? What's the definition of mancy? We've studied that here. Divination by a specific means. And divination is what? It's magic. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Yes. Okay. Why was Solomon the wisest man on earth? He had knowledge of the good and the evil. He knew just as much about the good as he did the evil. Okay, there's a book in here that represents that, and I feel like y'all should stay away from it. Everybody is grown, but I think you should stay away from it. Okay? It's just like that book that I got over there. Okay? In the corner over there. Y'all can't see it. Well, y'all can see it up there. Okay? So there's a book in here that has Mancy in the end of it. I need you to just act like it don't exist in there. Okay? Because it is exactly what it is. Okay? I'm trying to tell you, because once you open some doors, that's understanding the wisdom of just because you have access to it doesn't mean certain things you go touching. God has allowed us to see more of just, oh, he was wise and understand how, but that's not something you want to, okay? And y'all know I do this frequently. Like, I have certain books back here. But that don't mean I go playing around in them. God has given them to me for certain information, and that's it. It ain't no, ooh, I'm about to just be out. No. Because this is using wisdom. Okay? It has Mancy in the end of it, and you need to understand that is exactly what it is. Okay? Okay. So, just be mindful, folks. Because there's a lot of books that y'all have that have information in them. Okay? But God is giving you the ability to be able to access certain things, not to act on it, but to understand that it exists. Okay? Okay. Okay. Because certain books but hey, when God tell me to go and look at for a specific name or something, okay. But the rest of it, I couldn't tell you what's in there because I don't go fooling with it until, it's a reason I'm supposed to have that or whatever. So, just be mindful, please. Now, 2 things. Oh, that's one thing. And then
I'm really mad right now, so I also need your help to get this out, please, because you will not hear this on mainstream media, and I'm not hearing a lot of it here. I think, Shadow, you know what, terribly, and I need your help to push this past the algorithm, so please do all the things. A for-profit education company called Strike, which is also known as K-12, is opening a school inside the South Texas Family Residential Center. Now, that facility is one of the largest ICE family detention centers in the country, and it's run by Call Civic, a private prison company, a for-profit company that profits per person per day. And Stride is a $2 billion corporation. Its CEO made over $21 million last year and joined the company with zero experience in education. At the same time, the regime is facing active enforcement action in federal court under the Flores Settlement Agreement. Now, Flores is a binding federal court settlement from 1997 that limits how long children can be held in immigration detention. Under Flores, children cannot be kept for more than about 20 days in unlicensed secure facilities. After that, they are supposed to be released or transferred. Legal advocates representing detained children, such as the Refugee and Immigration Center for Education and Legal Services, have filed sworn declarations saying that ICE is violating Flores at this facility. According to those filings, nearly 400 children were held longer than 21 days, and more than 150 were held for over a month and for multiple months. And there's contaminated food, physical abuse, and severe psychological harm. And ICE itself has admitted there is no adequate education or recreation. Okay, and instead of releasing them, they're building this facility. And this is how confinement gets normalized. Okay, and it's starting to look like we're being institutionalized. That's what's happening here. A school does not fix illegal detention. This is not about care, it's about profit. Please help this get out.
Did you hear that? They're not letting people's kids go. They're going to start a school in there, and they're making the kids stay there. There's not adequate showers, food, nothing. Is that not a concentration camp? Did we talk about the fact that our children might be separated from us? Hey, sis. Did we talk about that? As to why it's important to teach your kids to run and hide. Don't go to the door. Have safe words. Know how to walk under the window. Because people didn't think that their kids was going to be, but they are. Teaching your kids to cook just in case they snag you. A lady I just seen in Minnesota went out to go to work or something. They snagged her and she had a breastfeeding baby that was only a couple months old. And this baby had to go without breast milk for 3 months. I don't even know if they let mom out or not. They didn't care that her 16-year-old was at home with her newborn baby. Huh? And the baby at first wouldn't take no Enfamil or nothing. They censoring everything that's going on in Minnesota. You said, wow, but again, it makes sense as to the ID and scanning they doing in the school, trying to normalize it. Yeah. 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 He said, I thought they passed a law in New York, said they can detain anyone if they suspect they are sick, even if they aren't all ages. Listen, I don't know what they passed, but they're doing their thing. I hope you can see. So letting your children just talk whenever they want to and yell and scream could cost you. You better get them under control. When I say be quiet, be quiet. If I say don't move, don't move. If I say wait for the safe word, you wait for the safe word. Period. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a good movie to let your kids watch. Right? I felt like I had it, but maybe the kids got it. I mean, it's coming. That movie makes me cry every time. Auntie. The schools here have went all digital. You have to scan your ID to check them out of school. I had mom watch A Quiet Place so he could see that kid get snatched by the monster. Had to let him know off rip kids ain't exempt from reality. And the monsters right now are ICE. The monsters right now that will hurt them are ICE. That are hurting children, ICE. I told my niece, because she has 2 autistic children, they always yell and listen. It's a real place. I mean, it's a real thing. Do y'all see this craziness? How are you holding children? I just saw, I think in Florida or somewhere, they denied 2, 5, and like a 5 and 6-year-old little kid bail because they said they was a flight risk because they didn't own no property here. Huh? Wow. You hear me? A 5 and a 6-year-old were denied bail because they were a flight risk, and the judge signed off on it. This was just recently. What property are they gonna own at 5 or 6 years old? No, for real. See if I can find it real quick. What's this say?
We just watched our Attorney General insult the call to action before
No, that's not it.
Oh, and while we're on the subject. Oh, hold up. I'm about to crash out.
No. Give me 1 second. Is this it?
This is what is on the news everywhere.
Nope. Where is the gentleman? He said, what property could a child own at 5 or 6 years old? Here's one.
ICE agents left a 3-month-old baby without food for 3 days. It all started when a woman in Minnesota, mother of two, a 16-year-old and a 3-month-old baby, left the safety of her home to earn enough money just to buy
That's that. But we need to find the one where they denied these babies.
The best way to describe this.
That's not it. Oh.
How many of you remember this?
That's not it. I can't find it, y'all.
Every ICE agent should be withdrawn from Attorney General in Kentucky, the top law enforcement official. The aggressive actions of ICE you don't see with any other law enforcement. And we've got to make sure it's right now because of the actions of this.
It's not that one either.
The American people are asking leaders wearing camouflage, film them, and they tell you this said, quote.
Oh, y'all can't find it. Anyway, they denied these babies bail wherever they was at, and the man was going off. He looked like he was a reporter, and he was like, what do you mean? He was like, what land can a 5-year-old own? And the kids was crying for their mama. I said, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find it. But yeah, the 5 and 6, and the judge said they a flight risk, and they held them babies. I said, Jesus. It seemed like all the ones I be wanting to show y'all, I can't. They don't be in here, and I know I be inside them.
Update out of Minnesota. Disgusting. One of the guys was actually somebody. I'm sure the victim.
Oh, here we go.
They were denied bond, these 5-year-olds, by an immigration judge in part based on a lack of property and a lack of assets. That was in a separate. They were denied bond, these 5-year-olds, by an immigration judge in part based on a lack of property and a lack of assets. That was in a separate decision about each of these children. How much property does a 5-year-old need to not be deemed a significant flight risk? Is the judge counting pieces of candy, stuffed animals, How is the immigration judge determining how much property a 5-year-old needs to stuffed animals? How is the immigration judge determining how much property a 5-year-old needs to own in order to not be a flight risk? They're having an extremely difficult time. They wake up crying every night. Their mother they wake up crying, mama, mama. They're worried that they're going to get separated from her just like they've been separated from their older sister. We ask that the population contribute to the family's GoFundMe so that we can establish that they do have property and they do have assets and that they deserve to be out and fight their removal case from outside this internment camp.
You're not gonna let these babies out? What property can they own at 5? And they're drawing pictures of them being in a cell in jail at 5 years old. Hey fam, I just got home from work and wow, that's so sad. Their kids, for the love of God, exactly. But do you understand why we are gonna have to teach our children to be strong? Who remembers me telling you that they are going to separate the mothers from the fathers from the children. And so you have to be telling your kids when they come and say, do you want this shot? No, I want to go with Jesus. Do you think that they don't care that them babies is 5? You said it's even sad because we talked about sister. They don't care that your baby is 2. They don't care that your baby is 1. They don't care. So if you are not teaching your children to say, I don't want it, I want to go with Jesus, you not. And they said, cough, cough, generations was different now. The cube experience, kids, you said it will be a lot different breed in all seriousness. Listen, this is the thing. We are getting closer. Right? The Bible says some of us was going to be taken prisoners. Some of us was going to be unalived. Everything. You heard me. This is real. Whether we believe it or not. Children are being taken into jail cells and kept there like prisoners. Who remembers us doing a class about a year ago and then a couple months ago about being under siege, and then our cities became they're under siege right now. Children are casualties of war. So are women. And all of the attacks that are happening are on women and children, mainly. Hello. You said here in Louisiana, I just found out that a church member works with them and he's been reporting to people. Didn't I tell you it was going to start with the church? See? The church. How many times we talked about that? That folks was going to be getting their marks at the church now. And what they say, oh yeah, the churches is working with ICE, right? Huh. See, they say immigration right now. Distant thunder. Come on, Mari. But it's really the international police. Because they said ICE is over in some other places. Everybody got their own version of ICE right now, didn't they? Ain't that what they're saying? All the countries have their version of ICE right now. No, it's not. Y'all been seeing it? Other countries? You got to prove you a citizen. You said, and doctors turning teachers, everybody. I think I was fighting in my sleep. My arm's sore. You heard me? You ain't gonna, you, right now, people don't know who to trust, y'all. Or listen. You said that most won't see it until it's right up on them, Mari. We've been looking. We've been looking. We've been looking. Hey, let them do what they gonna do right now. It is very bad. We've been looking and we've been paying attention. In half, in ears. I'm gonna have to read this. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit. You said when I went to urgent care the other week, the doctor, to get a doctor's note, at the top of the paper highlighted the yellow if I was a citizen. Girl, you ain't even been in class and you done came in here and said what everybody was saying earlier. It asked me if I was a citizen. I don't remember that being there before. Girl, people was in class when we first came in here and said they had to show their ID, the real ID or passport in order to go to the ER or the hospital. Said just applied to substitute in my neighborhood, and the waiver wanted me to report students to ICE. If I had suspicions, little do they know I'm gonna save them babies. No way! Did y'all hear that? They just applied to be a substitute and the waiver wanted me to report the students to ICE if I had suspicion. Baby. I could have turned away, but I'm not going to turn my back on them. High five. God going to bless you for that. The pastor of my church, my daughter attended, but hasn't been in a while, called them to check in, and she told him she was watching sermons online. He said, you need to be careful. Interesting. I was told today I had to get a new ID to get back on Snap, and they asked for my birth certificate. That counts as reporting your neighbors. It does. Hey, Dad. Excuse me, y'all. So, excuse me. I need to talk to my dad real quick. You remember you told us they was going to be turning people in and we need to be very careful about who we was talking to? Even the church folks and the school folks and everybody, because you told us we wasn't going to know who we was going to trust because they was going to be working with people. You remember you told us, yeah, well, it's happening. In 20 and 26, they even have a hotline. Right. Right. That's why you was telling us to get out of books, because we probably going to have to be homeschooling our kids real soon. Right. It's not going to be safe. Because we won't be citizens. Got it. All right, well, we just want to let you know we are thankful for the heads up. I'm a parent. I couldn't imagine. This is a very poor neighborhood. Nobody deserves this. But if I can, listen. Does it feel real to you now? March 1st, they're going to start checking what you are or approve loans, just like you told it, just like I told it. Listen, just like he told us, yeah, yeah, yeah. You said the 30 shekels. Hey, all I'm going to say is this. Do it feel real to you now? Do it. At first, it was just classes. But the classes every single day are popping up off the page. Every day. If we can't even get through a day, people are so outdone. They're like, I can't believe it. We can. How can you not believe it? And God has been yelling at the top of his voice, get ready. Because you about to see some things you ain't never seen before. Like 5-year-olds having to own land to get out of jail. Me too, sister. He said, I heard they mama going door to door looking for folks. Interesting. Oh, they want to go door to door looking for folks. They about to. This is why we talked about people not opening the door and keeping your kids quiet and having foxholes and stuff. You said they've been saying you need ID to get in the federal and government.
So there were some people that thought I was crazy a couple of years ago, about 14, 15, when I was telling them that the number 17 means victory, and that also 3.5 years, of course, from 17 is 2020. Now we have a show called 2020, and there's a lot of stuff Vision is 2020, whatever. Well, everybody called me crazy. So funny, I just got my new license recently, and I did some research online. And in every state in 2020, the license that you have now, if it's not the one that has the gold seal on it, no matter the state that you're in, it won't be a valid federal form of ID. Which means if you want to get on a plane and fly from Phoenix to California, if you don't have the specific type of ID, you won't be able to board the plane. The crazy thing is this. 42 months from now is October 2020. Okay? I don't know if y'all read the Bible or not. Don't nobody want to believe in it, whatever. That's on you. But 42 months from now, which is half of the tribulation, 3.5 years, you will have to have a form of identification that is not issued by your state, if that makes any sense. Or it has to have this government seal on it. Why will I not be able to travel from state to state in 2020? And what's going to happen in the next 3 years is not going to allow me to do that, right? The crazy thing is this. We could be in the first 3 years of the tribulation because the seals are being broken. You can see with the FDA and, all of the things that are going on with medical care, people not having it. And then also, the grocery stores. They closed like thousands of grocery stores all over the country in the last couple months or whatever. They're making it harder for people that don't have transportation or whatever it is to get to these grocery stores. You guys got to wake up and pay attention that there's some stuff going on right in front of our face. And all you got to do is read the word and look at who Syria it was back then, and Gog and Magog and all those different people, which is Russia and China. And you literally can see what's happening. In 3.5 years, October 1st, 2020, the ID that you have, if you have not already got the new ID, will not be valid. Which means you won't be able to travel. What stops them from putting those same deadlines or those borders, those same, stipulations or whatever on the state borders?
There's no reason for the rant. So there were some people that thought I was crazy a couple years ago, about 14, 15. Huh? Huh? Auntie, I know we're not on dreams anymore, but I had a dream the other night. I was sleeping and felt someone watching me. Then it was 3 figures going through a door into the house. Oh, no. Wait a minute. What did I miss? Hold on. I know this is off topic, but I have a praise report. I got a house. Our closing date is in a few weeks. God really came through for us. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all, Danny got a... Not Danny. I'm sorry. Nicole got a house. Congratulations, family. Moving on up. Congratulations. You said, did y'all hear about the new census? I saw a lady, they did a test on her. She was saying the questions were weird and very invasive. Our niece got her house, y'all. Congratulations, Pumpkin. Interesting. Listen. Nephew, you probably want to anoint your house. You said, one whispered night. I woke up and the next morning the back door on the patio was open. Oh, it was to a closet. Oh. 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 Oh, yeah, you need to anoint that area. You need to anoint that area. I don't know if you remember me telling y'all a story about when I was asleep and there was a spirit on the outside, but I slept with the door closed. And when I got up the next morning and went out there into the thing, the chair was turned around and it was facing directly at the door. You was in the spiritual realm. So you just go, everybody said, yeah, get your oil. Night, right? Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, because what you saw was in there. Yeah. You said, yes, the questions were invasive. I didn't fill it out, and they kept coming to my house knocking. They got some, I think I know what y'all talking about. It was a lady that kept coming back to my door, too. She even left her little card thing out there. And I think they want to offer like $25 or something like that. I might still have one of them papers in there. I think it was a white lady that kept knocking on my door like every day. I know exactly who y'all talking about. I know exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't answer though. Like she was like, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. You can come back. I ain't gonna hear you knocking on the door. I don't have no visitors over here. She said they're testing it out on different states before they push it everywhere. I know it was. I probably still had, cause she came one day and I was like, I'm in the middle of something, and then she came back another day, and she left the thing in front of my door. I know exactly what you. Okay. And they quit coming over here because I don't answer the door for people I don't know. Yeah. Random selection. Right. Don't let them come to my door. I'm gonna let you knock. Listen. Let you knock. You said let you knock. You can knock all you want, but all of y'all saying the same thing. Yeah. You said I'm gonna let you get Enoch out. Listen. All I'm gonna say is this. It's starting, and we getting ready, and God has warned us about all the things that are coming. Okay, I felt them a little early, but y'all see he was telling me what everything that's going on now. Because now if you don't have the real ID or your passport, you got to pay $45 to get checked by the people at TSA. $45 each way, probably for because this is my thing. What they gonna do for the kids? What they gonna do for the kids? How you gonna identify a 3-year-old? Cause they flying too. So what you doing with the babies? You got your 6-month-old a passport? This is crazy. Really? What? You have to carry a passport for a 6-month-old to prove that they're. Are y'all hearing this? Quiet as a mouse over here. Won't even know I'm home. Girl, I don't know. Baby, listen. They have adolescent passports. The fee was $120. That's crazy. When I found out that we couldn't get on the plane without a passport, I got all my family a passport, including me. You said that's crazy. Though I started carrying mine because my ID is out. Interesting. The whole JWs was on my porch. They wear my sign. This home is protected by God and Rottweilers. They said what she needed Rottweilers for. Hilarious. Just in case. Yeah. Do. You said I got my baby a passport at 6 months. Interesting. I don't know. But just think about this. Because they are already saying the passports and stuff ain't enough now. I just let y'all listen to the video. Which is crazy. So you can have your birth certificate and a passport and a real ID, and they saying that still doesn't say that you. Amen. Okay. So, homework. And this is in class work, which means I'm only going to be gone about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So no later, it's about to be 1. No later than 3 o'clock, I'll be back. Very crazy work. So we can talk about it. Lost books of the Bible, but you can read this on sacred text. Okay. The Shepherd of Hermas. Okay. Y'all hear me? I want y'all to run through this real quick. Not real quick, but. And then we're going to have a class about it. Okay? It's Vision 3. Okay? Vision 3 in the Shepherd of Hermas. But can I show y'all something too that I found? And I don't know that I've showed this to y'all before, but I saw it today. And I said, some of them, So y'all can't see this reading. This writing, right? Y'all see my notes on the side of there? Y'all see my notes on the side of there? Right? Didn't have that pulled up for weeks on my phone. Well, come on in then. Well, come on in because I need you to read it today. Vision 3. Okay? Y'all, this was 9/2/2020. So September 2nd of 2020, I said, if you believe, start looking for the property for the compound, right? It says, I'm petitioning you for the money for this compound and all that is needed to protect, feed, and house all the souls that you send in this end time. That's a year or two before I met some of you. Ain't that crazy? Huh? So September the 2nd of 2020, I said, God, send me what you need for all of these people you about to send. Who knew it was going to be y'all? Did y'all think y'all was going to be in the number? I was praying for y'all before I ever even met y'all. I said, for all the souls you about to send at this end time, do what you got to do. Yes. Ain't that crazy? I was flipping through there today and seen that, and I'm like, what's this say? You know, because I'll just look at my notes. Listen. Yeah. The Frizzle and the Haven Factory. Listen, I'm like, God, because you didn't send everybody too, because there was a whole bunch of souls that came. Like, oh. You said, why your maps just fell off the wall? Listen. I don't know. You brought anything new into the house? You brought anything new in? Is it the vision concerning the building of the church? Yes. Yep. That's it, sister. The triumphant church. Yep. Yep. And I need y'all to read all of that. Please. And the next one if you can. But mainly that. Okay? Yes, the building of the triumphant church. Take notes. Please. And I'll give y'all till about 3 o'clock. Okay? If you're working and you can't take notes, okay. But I'll get back on about 3 or so. Maybe 4. Right? And then we're going to talk about it. I read it this morning. And instead of just me teaching, I want to see what y'all got out of that. Okay? Good. Good. Take notes, please. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever, you see, write it down. Okay? Please. Okay. I'm going to give y'all a couple of hours because I know people working and stuff. So if you can get it in on your lunch or whatever, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But definitely take notes, okay? You said a little better each day. Good job. Good job. God is going to work it out. He is. Okay. I love y'all. 3. 3 mainly. You can do 4 if you want to, but 3 for sure. Love y'all. I'll be back.